and welcome to my channel. I am Andrea and this is Beyond the Pink Door. So today's video is my turn to share my inspiration to you for this year's challenge, So Frugal 22. So we're here a year later after Frugal Frocks 21. I don't know if there was a date on it last year, but it was Frugal Frocks. And last year we had to basically find a free sewing pattern for a frock dress, pick some fabric from our stash and make a dress, and I enjoyed it so much. I searched Pinterest and I searched Google for loads of inspiration, and at the end of it all I made this gorgeous dress here for my daughter. And this was from a free sewing pattern that I had in a drawer from one of my many sewing magazines. I have a huge drawer full of them. So I was absolutely thrilled with this. I made it last year for her and she wore it as her 18th birthday party dress. So that was brilliant. I have some gorgeous photos of her and I will pop some photos in of her wearing the dress. So this year's challenge then is So Frugal 22. So it's basically open to any sort of garment. So again, a free pattern found which is available to everybody. So we've been asked this year not to choose patterns from free magazines because they are not technically available to everybody. Some people might have them, some won't. And again, we have to pull out fabric from our stash. So this has been a great challenge, I have found, because generally if I want a free sewing pattern or I want a random sewing pattern, I go to my drawer full of magazine patterns basically, and I have loads of them. So this year, again, what I've done is I've gone to look on Pinterest for some ideas and look to Google for ideas and search some fashion, and there's just so much available. But I came up with an idea that I'm really happy with, and basically it all stemmed from last year's Frugal Frocks, and basically what I'm wearing is my idea for So Frugal this year. So I love combining knit fabrics and woven fabrics together, and I really should do it more often. I made this top last year with the leftovers, lovely broderie anglais fabric from the dress and some leftover white cotton jersey from another project. And I was just so pleased with the outcome of this. So it's a very simple make. I actually used two of my favourite patterns. So I used the Somerset tee for the main body, and I actually used the sagebrush tops sleeves, which I had sized down. But so many people told me that you could easily recreate this from that fabulous free sewing pattern, which is, and I've written down things because I have a tendency to get names wrong, but it is the Galaxy tee, of course, from Pattern Scissors Cloth. And it is an ideal one for making this, and it would actually make probably a better t-shirt, because I find with the elastic here on the end they tend to kind of ride up like this, and then I get a bit of a little Bo Peep sort of a look. But there's a band on the bottom of the Galaxy tee which you could use to, you could make it out of the cotton jersey, and that would actually sit even nicer. So I didn't make any changes at all to the armhole, so I'm assuming that with the Galaxy tee it would work out beautifully as well. So I think the trick to mixing knit and woven fabrics is to think of the ease of a pattern. So the Galaxy tee is obviously made, it's quite fitted in the body. So basically I would use the knit fabric for that, because if you use a woven, it ain't gonna fit you. But there's loads of room in the sleeve, so the sleeve works really well with a woven fabric as well. And I think it's a really cool combination. So I have loads of, I don't have a massive fabric stash, I will admit. There's my fabric stash. I don't have a massive because I have my fabric shop and that's like my extended fabric stash. So if a fabric comes into the shop and I absolutely love it, I will cut some for myself and I will make from that. And I generally cut the fabric and make it. So that's what I love. Now it's got two great advantages. Number one, I end up with a garment that I really love, and number two, it is a real help for my customers to see a garment made up from a fabric that I have in the shop. So it's a real visual thing. It's really handy. and I love it. So then I don't tend to end up with a lot of fabric in my stash, but I do end up with a lot of like bits. So when I get to do remnants in the shop, I really have to hold myself back from taking remnants for myself. So I end up with a lot of odd kind of sized pieces. Some pieces aren't big enough to make a full garment, but they're perfect for something like this, where you use it just for the body and use something else for the sleeves. So I have a few ideas, and I've taken a few pictures and screenshots from the Ted Baker website, and I am going to just move over here because I'm going to pop in some pictures here of inspiration. And some of these kind of came to mind because I have a top that I've had in my wardrobe for a long time, and honestly it's gone into the recycling bag so many times and then I've taken it out, not to actually wear it, but to recreate it because I love it. I bought it from a friend's boutique a couple of years ago. Now, I was one of her best customers until I started making clothes for myself, and now I haven't bought anything for ages. But this top, you know, one of those tops that you just take out, you put on, you feel dressed, and you either feel smart cash or you feel a little bit dressed up depending on what you put on with it. So I'm going to grab it and I'm going to bring it over here to show you. Now, so here is my top and it's got a woven kind of a satiny fabric on the front. It's absolutely wrecked now because I wore it so much. It's got a little neckband which is made out of a knit fabric. It's got a knit sleeve, so it's like a viscose fabric on the sleeve, and then it's got a plain viscose fabric on the back, and it's got a zip. Now, to be honest, I wouldn't put the zip in it again because it used to keep getting caught in my hair, so it was a bit of a nuisance. Looks really nice, and if you had a nice hairdo up, it was lovely to show it off, but yeah, a bit of a nuisance. But I love this top. So I've been looking for some patterns where I could recreate this top because I've got some really lovely fabrics. And get my little notebook. So I have found that the Avid Seamstress has a fabulous pattern called the drop sleeve top, and you can get the drop sleeve top if you subscribe to her newsletter, and you automatically get it sent to you then. And it's a woven top, so I think that's absolutely perfect. It's quite boxy, it looks slightly oversized but not terribly oversized. It looks perfect for this, so I would love to make it with this in mind. Use a woven fabric at the front. It's got quite loose, like drop sleeves, obviously, hence the name. So I would love to make the sleeves out of a plain viscose, and I would make the back out of a plain viscose jersey as well. There's a little slit at the back with a button on the top, and I think that looks like a really nice feature. I don't think I'd need that feature for getting in and out of it, but I think the little slit at the back would look really nice. So I'd use my woven for the front, my knit for the sleeves, and my knit for the back, and I think that would be a really, really nice one to do. I would be really confident making it because it's been designed by a really good pattern designer. So Lisa from the Avid Seamstress designs fabulous patterns, and I just know then it's going to be a good fit, so I would be really happy to use it as a free pattern. Sometimes, and I do love a free pattern, I have two sew-alongs. I think it's two sew-alongs done to free patterns. So I have the Harper cardigan from Sinclair Patterns. I will link a thingy up here. I have a sew-along done for that, and I've made loads of them, and it's a really, really good pattern. And then recently I did a sew-along for the Lego tank from Itch to Stitch, and again I'm going to pop a card up here for that in case you'd like to see it. And I think it's really good if you get free patterns from good, reputable pattern designers. I thought that would be a really good one. So that's the Avid Seamstress drop sleeve top. Then, of course, the Tezzuti Mandy boat tee is practically identical to this. The shape of it is almost identical. I'll stick in a picture. I think because it's oversized as well, it would work out really well for this as well, and it would work out beautifully for the woven at the front. I would possibly change the neckline slightly and make it just a little bit wider. I always found the neckline on this one just a little bit too wide. It used to drop and I used to have to keep kind of pulling it forward. But I think that's a forward shoulder thing with me anyway. I have that in a lot of tops. But yeah, I think with the Mandy boat tee, I probably would scoop the neck just ever so slightly, just to kind of dress it up a little bit more. So I think that would be a really good one. And that's a good tried and tested one as well. And then, of course, I mean, would it be a free pattern inspiration blog or vlog without the Paddington top? So this one just seems to be popping up everywhere at the moment. And Michelle from Sewing Bunny has just done a sew along for us as well, and I watched that last night, and that actually made me think that would be amazing with the front of it in a woven, and the sleeves, because they're massive. And the sleeves on Michelle's are absolutely gorgeous because she used a woven viscose for the whole thing naturally. But I would love to use a satin for the front and some knit for the sleeves. I'm actually going to move her out of the way just for a minute because I have some fabrics. So yeah, I think with the Paddington top, a nice drapey, maybe viscose or bamboo or a modal jersey would be gorgeous on the sleeves. It'd be gorgeous down the back. I would definitely put I was going to say pockets, definitely put the buttons down the back because they're just such a nice feature. And I think it would be absolutely stunning, made out of a mix of woven and knit. I'm thinking I have this lovely fabric. This was one I had in stock and I stashed the last bit rather than sell it as a remnant. So this is a gorgeous viscose, a woven viscose, and I think this would be fabulous for the front. It's actually quite similar to one of the Ted Baker tops I saw. I'll pop in a picture here. This, of course, is like a jumper idea, which I really like as well, and possibly I might do something like that for the autumn. I do have quite a bit of this, so I would love to make the two. But I think the Paddington top with the front out of this, and then I have some black viscose jersey, this for the sleeves, this for the back. I think that would be fabulous. The black would really show off all the lovely jewel colours in this viscose. Be gorgeous. I also have, and I think I bought this fabric actually to make a lining for a coat or something at one stage. It was actually quite reasonably priced. I think it was quite cheap. It was well before I had a shop. It's a satiny fabric, slightly stretchy, and it's got these cute little pink flowers in it. And I have this gorgeous bamboo jersey. And I think the colours, this is what I really fancy making the Paddington top out of. So this is a damson colour. And I think with this, I just love those together. So I'm thinking the front from this, and then the sleeves and the back from this. I think it'll work lovely because of the raglan sleeve that goes into the Paddington top. I think it'd be gorgeous. I don't know if I would do the front and back in this and just the sleeves in this. I think it could work, but I'm just loving the idea from all my inspiration pictures of the front woven patterned fabric and then the sleeves and the back. So I think that would be absolutely gorgeous. I have another few as well. I have this fabric that I'm using for the lining of one of my coats, but there's loads in it, and I'm thinking this would be stunning as well. It would either lend itself to black on the sleeves, or I have this gorgeous orange, I think this is a bamboo as well. I think they would be really lovely as well. So I think they would be gorgeous together. So I could either do the Avid Seamstress boxy top or the Paddington, but I'm really leaning towards the Paddington with those big oversized gathered sleeves. It'd be absolutely fabulous. And what else have I got? Oh, I've got another, I have loads of these stashed, of these kind of plain colours. This is a viscose jersey, and this is gorgeous with the first fabric as well. Just got an armful of fabrics now. So rather than the pink with this, I have this gorgeous green. I think they're gorgeous as well. I really love these as well. Really loving this. So, oh, and I have another, I have another one here. I think this was bought as well for lining. This is like, it's just a small little animal print. And again, I think that would make a really cute top as well. Maybe probably with black. I think black would be the nicest. It would just show off the pattern the best. Let me see it here. Yeah, I think the black would be the nicest. So that's what I fancy doing. On my trawl for nice top patterns as well, I came across the Maison Fauve Tilde. Yeah, Tilde blouse. I'll pop in a picture. Again, this has a lovely poofy sleeve as well, so I think this would work really nicely as well with using your woven fabric on the front and using jersey on the sleeve as well. I quite fancy doing something in like a cardigan idea as well, so having it like open at the front, I think it would be really nice for the summer as well. I'm sure there would be a way of using the Sinclair Patterns Harper cardigan for doing something like that. I found this gorgeous cardigan in, I think this is Ted Baker as well. I think so. I think this looks really, really nice, so I'd love to have a go at something like that as well. I do like the Harper cardigan. I think that could actually work. Not so sure about the bands down the front, but I'm sure if I was going to do something like that, then I would probably size up on the front pieces. So I would use the back, the sleeves in my normal size, and then I would probably size up maybe 1 or 2 sizes on the front and just see how it would all work together. Yeah, so I've loads of ideas, and all of these pictures and all of these inspiration were great to give me some ideas, and then it was great fun to actually find patterns as well. So I know these are all, none of these patterns that I've suggested are going to be new to you, but I think maybe kind of mixing up the type of fabrics might be a new little idea, I don't know. So I'm really looking forward to actually trying this out, and after watching Michelle's Paddington top, have to make one. Hers turned out gorgeous, and I'm dying to make some for myself. So I hope that was of some sort of inspiration to you. So today I am on with Lisa from the One Lisa show. So we're both got videos up today. I probably should have mentioned this at the beginning, but this is how I roll. Yesterday there was 2 vloggers on. So we had Claire, who makes things, yesterday, and Rosie Sews Modern Vintage. I have my notebook. And then tomorrow we have Sam herself, Frugalissima, and we have Brunchy Girls. So Brunchy Girls is a new one to me, so I can't wait to tune in and watch. I have a few from the last couple of days to watch as well, so we are going to have so many ideas and so much inspiration because there are 70 vloggers taking part this year, and we're all going to be doing our reveal, and you guys are all going to be doing your reveal on March the 31st. So that's all going to happen on Instagram. And there are loads of swap prizes this year, so very excited and so delighted this year to be asked to sponsor a prize as well. So there's a Beyond the Pink Door gift voucher up for grabs this year as well. So yeah, keep watching the videos and keep sharing your makes. So it's hashtag So Frugal 22, and if you want to do little sneak peeks of your works in progress, there's So Frugal no, not VIP, WIP, So Frugal Whip 22. So don't show it all, just sneaky peeks. So I hope you enjoyed my video, and I'm going to go now and I'm going to catch up on some of today's vloggers. So bye for now.